Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place and we are really so happy to have you here. Now, today is Thursday and we've got to talk a little bit about Karate Kid Legends. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so we have to talk a little bit about this movie, Karate Kid Legends, because it was starting to come to fruition about the same time as Cobra Kai was on. We kind of started to hear these whispers during the last couple seasons of Cobra Kai that maybe there was something more going to happen, that maybe they were going to be taking this series into a movie. Well, then we got hit with Cobra Kai is ending, and the only movie we heard about that was coming out was this thing called Karate Kid Legends. And all we knew that Daniel LaRusso was going to be in it. It didn't tell us exactly how it was going to interplay with any of the Cobra Kai series or even with anything else. And Jackie Chan is in this movie. And that was another thing that people didn't really see coming. Because, yeah, people speculated that the Jaden Smith movie could, in fact, be part of the franchise, but ultimately, everyone kind of thought it wasn't. And that it was its own separate thing. You didn't have the characters in there. You didn't have Mr. Miyagi doing the training. Instead, you had Mr. Han. And this was a character we'd never been introduced to before, we'd never seen before, but the movie is surprisingly good. And when Cobra Kai came along, that was like this rebooting of the original movies, the ones that everyone was really nostalgic for. And I kind of had forgotten a lot about the 2010 movie. Well, then the announcement comes. And I kept wondering, is Jackie Chan really going to be playing the same character? And a lot of people wondered this too. And then it was kind of announced he would. But I don't feel that that really got a lot of press. So why is that important? Well, because this movie is going to interconnect everything in the Karate Kid universe. Okay, so Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan both reprised their roles in the sixth film, according to People magazine. And Karate Kid Legends picks up after the series final of Cobra Kai, which offered a redemption arc to William Zabka's Johnny Lawrence. Ben Wayne enters the franchise as the latest martial arts prodigy to be trained by two mentors, Mr. LaRusso and Mr. Han. Balance is key, People magazine tells us. Ralph Macchio, the OG kid, is teaming up with martial arts legend Jackie Chan, who starred in the 2010s version of The Karate Kid, to bring new moves and new life lessons to the big screen. With an exclusive look at the movie, Macchio and Chan, along with newcomer Ben Wayne, who will play Lee Fawn in the film, explain how the Karate Kid Legends connects with Netflix Cobra Kai series and the broader Karate Kid saga, plus their excitement for the next chapter of the franchise. Right there, they're telling us a lot of really cool things, and it sort of gets me those nostalgic vibes where, yeah, I could go back and revisit the Karate Kid world yet again. The latest teaser shows Macchio's Daniel LaRusso and Jackie Chan's Mr. Han combining martial arts skills, balancing karate with kung fu to train their new prodigy, Lee Fawn, as he enters an ultimate karate competition. Seeing how important Lee Fawn is to Mr. Han and Daniel's relationship to Miyagi is parallel here, Macchio says, reflecting on Daniel LaRusso's late mentor. There's the kung fu he learned in Beijing from Mr. Han, but he's entering a karate tournament, which is a different type of martial arts, and now combining those worlds in an authentic way, the kung fu with the karate, it's something fresh. LaRusso has dealt with combining different styles before, People magazine tells us, as shown in the final season of Cobra Kai. And the All Valley Karate Tournament Championship and his former competitor Johnny Lawrence, played excellently by William Zabka, merged Miyagi's defensive tactics with Cobra Kai's offensive moves to lead their students and ultimately Johnny Lawrence to victory. Director John Entwistle tells People magazine that there is an important balance between the films and the television, that they are part of the Karate Kid universe, and without Karate Kid there would be no Cobra Kai. Our film is set after the 6th and final season of Cobra Kai, and it takes the Karate Kid mythology in a fresh new direction with a whole new set of characters. Chan's integration into the franchise came in 2010 when he starred alongside Jaden Smith in The Karate Kid. The Harold Zart directed film followed a similar storyline to the original Karate Kid movies, in that a young martial arts prodigy moves to a new home and catches the attention of the local bully. Smith played the 12-year-old Dre Parker, who had just moved from Detroit to Beijing with his widowed mother, and becomes the target of the neighborhood bully. And thanks to help from Kung Fu Master Mr. Han, Dre wins a tournament against his rival. Wayne, whose character is seen going toe-to-toe with Makio and Chan's characters in the teaser, says entering the franchise is something that I've always wanted, adding that the excessive training was hard, but it's basically living a dream. Known for his recent role as Jin Wayne in Disney Plus's series American Born Chinese, Wayne says there's an interesting aspect of the movie that is watching the storytelling come through in fighting scenes. And they put a lot into this movie, along with some really incredible action choreography. Entwistle says that he wanted Wayne's character to feel like a young Jackie Chan, which is evident in a few humorous fight scenes shown between the veteran fighter and Wayne in the teaser. As for the OG Karate Kid and how he feels about melding the stories of LaRusso and Mr. Han with a new Karate Kid hero, Makio says, felt like Ben, Jackie, and I were experiencing something together. Karate Kid Legends opens in theaters May 30th. Okay, so we do know that these films are interconnected now, and we never really got that from the 2010 Karate Kid movie. It did, in fact, just seem like an outright reboot that wasn't going to try to step on the toes of the original by making Jackie Chan's character named Mr. Miyagi. But where did that leave everybody? Because ultimately that left it out of place, where it wasn't really considered to be a part of the Karate Kid franchise. And yet, it was supposed to reset the franchise and have a sequel and do all of this and be its own thing. But ultimately, that didn't happen. And then you had Cobra Kai happen. And with Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid got an entirely new lease on life. And rightly so, because the series is amazing. Once that happened, we started, like I said, to get wind of them possibly trying to bring in more interconnections. One of the things that a lot of people wanted was for it to interconnect with Jackie Chan and that whole Karate Kid universe. Well, Legends was announced, and Daniel LaRusso is going there, and there's going to be this connection between the characters of Mr. Miyagi and Mr. Han. And I think that's actually just fun. I think that's a nice way to bridge the gap. It also kind of presents us with a scenario where the film can go forward. And not just that, it means that you can interchange senseis if you want. Now that Zapka's character has had his redemption arc, now that Han is part of this universe, and now that LaRusso is actually there as well, you could actually have Johnny Lawrence, you could have Daniel LaRusso, or you could have Mr. Han going forward in any of the franchises. Ultimately, if they do a sequel to this one, why not have all three of them team up to help somebody? That would be kind of cool too. But I find it interesting that they are connecting it in a way that's going to bridge the gap and make this kid sort of important to everyone. Now, they don't say exactly how this is, but I have a theory that maybe this kid is related in some way to Mr. Miyagi. His family knew Mr. Miyagi or something like that. His family is important to Mr. Miyagi because it says that the character is important to Mr. Miyagi and to Mr. Han. So this is kind of bridging a gap somewhere if you have this kid who's kind of the in-between the kung fu and karate type of thing and important to them both. I think it's a nice premise, and I really do think I'm going to enjoy this film a lot. But that is ultimately where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking about this. If you've seen the trailer, if you've read a little bit about what they're doing, or if this is the first time you're hearing about the things that they're doing, what do you think of this scenario? Are you excited about this? Does it seem like a retread of other Karate Kid movies? Do you just want them to do something completely different because it seems like they're retreading all the time? What are your thoughts? Does this formula still work? I personally think it does, but I want to know what you guys think. As always, we want to hear from you guys, so make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below. Make sure you're sharing this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this conversation. Then don't forget to hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then make sure you're hitting that subscribe button because we need more subscribers. And while you're down there, hit that notification bell as well, because at the end of the day, friends, you don't want to miss a single video we do, because I know it, you know it. Fandom is family.